The Sports Scouting Report with Lee Burkeen, brought to you by Harvey Autos in Shreveport, Bossier City, the name you've trusted for years. Geico, the insurance savings you expect. Supreme Chevrolet, expect more from Supreme Automotive Group and Gonzalez. Total Car Care, tire shop and automotive repair in Baton Rouge. Bollinger Shipyards, 75 years of delivering high-quality vessels. Here's your host, Lee Burkeen.
Hey everybody, I'm at Central Private High School. Today, this is Lee Burkeen with the Sports Scouting Report podcast. We're filming in the weight room. You see the logo behind us, Central Private, and we're going to have Coach Cole Holden be with us, the head football coach. We're also going to have the baseball coach join us later in the show. We've got two of his football players that are going to join us. And we'll talk about Central Private. They've got a brand new school. We're actually hopefully going to show an aerial photo of the school during the show. And we're going to talk about all the good things going on at Central Private here in Central Louisiana. We'll be right back.
Listen, whatever you're driving right now, Tommy Harvey wants it. Bring it in to Harvey Subaru, Lexus of Shreveport, Bossier City, or John Harvey Toyota. They're paying big bucks for all trades right now. They'll cut you a check right there. Tell them Lee sent you.
Welcome back. Lee Burkeen with the Sports Scouting Report podcast at Central Private today. I went to Central High School back in the day. I'm one of those old guys, 1989. And when I went to Central High School back way back, Central Private had about 50 kids in their senior class, I remember, growing up in Central. Now, actually, they had probably 50 high school kids, Coach.
Yeah.
Now y'all have 331 high school kids, the principal told me.
Right.
And you've got over 600, 6 to 12.
Right.
Which are almost at 700 total.
Right.
Coach
Yeah.
Cole.
Yeah. Nice to meet you, Lee. Appreciate you having me.
Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, the school's really grown over the years. The additions of the new facility and the new campus, the upgrades we've made athletically. It's really been great. We've got a great faculty here, great support system, great community. Everything's really coming along.
Coach Cole Holden, the head coach here at Central Private, his first year. I don't remember the dates of the years, but I remember players. And I remember that me and you were talking about the Taylor brothers.
Yeah.
Franklinton.
Yeah, Franklinton.
You played at
That's right.
Franklinton.
I did.
Some people say Franklin, but that's around Houma.
Right.
Franklinton is where you played, but you were a center and a tackle back in the day.
Yeah, I was. I played offensive line. Played for Coach Shane Smith. He's great head. He was a great head coach to play for. Had a great career, and I played with Brandon and Jaron and Curtis, and seems like a lifetime ago.
3 brothers to go to LSU. How many families have 3 brothers go to LSU?
That's the only one to my knowledge.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Brandon Taylor was a heck of a safety for LSU.
Yeah.
Curtis was a pretty good player too.
Oh yeah, they were all great players, and more importantly, they were great guys. They were great teammates, great guys to grow up with.
Terrence McGee, you still talk to Terrence, played at LSU, also another Franklinton. Running quarterback at the time.
That's right. Yeah, he played quarterback for Franklinton. We go play golf. That's what us guys do that can't play anything else anymore. We go hit a golf ball around.
You're still young, though. Still young.
Right.
I think 36 years old. Right?
That's right.
Coach Holden, the new school. We're going to show a picture. Thanks to one of you guys here, he's got an aerial photo of the new school, but it was wasn't even built last year, so it's brand new this year.
Yeah.
What do you think of the new school and being a part of this?
Man, it's great. It's great. I feel privileged to be a part of this school and this community, and having the task of being in charge of this program. I'm grateful for the opportunity. It's a great place. It really is. I say it time and time again, and I'm not just saying that. We've got great people here. We've got great young men. We've got a great staff. And on top of that, we have these nice, great facilities to be blessed with.
Tell everybody, because the school's built, Coach, it's state of the art. I actually passed by here when they were building it and putting the foundation in, and I was like, man, this is going to be nice. And now I see this build, it's like, wow. Mm-hmm. Still have more in phase 2, I heard. Yeah,
there's more to come, and I'm not really. I don't want to comment too much on
timing,
that. Yeah, because I don't know the phases and what's going to happen at what point. But
right.
but there are big plans for the future. We're hoping to keep growing and keep adding to to our facilities here.
Coach Holden, you came out of Franklinton High School, a great program. You were there in the heyday.
Right.
Well, it was just like great things were going on. Y'all went to the state championship game with McGee, and the running back went to Mississippi State. And I mean, it's like everybody that was playing skill positions at Franklinton seemed like they signed a scholarship somewhere. And then the linemen were making it happen, right? But you saw that evolve. A small town, a small school,
Right.
and the potential here. Does it kind of remind you of back when Franklinton, before they started kicking it off?
It does, because Franklinton really reaped the benefits of the foundation we laid in the early 2000s. You know, we were very successful in the early 2000s. I was a part of a lot of firsts there, which was great. Coach Shane was just getting things going and laying the foundation. And the similarities between there and here is as we're laying that foundation right now. We've got a great senior class. We've got great kids. Look, they're here. They're on time. They do everything we ask of them, and they do it as hard as they can. And if we keep with that, we're gonna build the same thing here.
Some great players come out of the school. I know baseball back in the day. Lane Mestape went to LSU,
Right.
was a heck of a pitcher. You had a 7-foot center from Australia in basketball back in the day. I think about 8 or 9 D1 pitchers came out of the school for baseball.
Yeah. I was on the opposing side of some of those teams,
Okay.
and yeah, there were some really good baseball programs as teams come through here.
Coach, before we're done, throw out some of you guys that play for you this year that are your leaders. I know you can't name the whole team, but
That's right.
4, 5, 6 kids that we can name that not necessarily prospects, but just guys that grind for you this year.
Look, I can't say enough about Hunter Pourciau. He's played everywhere we've asked of him, including quarterback, and he had never played quarterback before this year. He's just been a warrior for us. Braiden Morgan and Stephen Lambert up front, they did a great job. They've grinded for us. They've really bought into what we're doing, and you can count on them. They're leaders to the other young men on the team. Aiden Pomaloo, Jacob Weaver, Grant Austin, all those guys on the defensive side, including the offensive side, they've done a great job. We're playing Ironman football, and they are the epitome of that.
You got guys who on both sides of the ball. You're building depth. Every year y'all going to have more enrollment. You got to get through this year.
That's right.
And, I mean, y'all play Southern Lab that's probably going to win the state championship this year in 1A.
Right.
Nothing to be ashamed of on having a running clock against those guys.
Right.
I mean, that's 25 D1 prospects on their team, right?
That's right. Hey, they're good. They've got a great program over there. They've got a great team. And, look, we went in there with a game plan, and things didn't work out. They're very talented. But that's, you know, when I talk about laying the foundation, that's the gap we've got to start closing.
Kids learn from it, though, right?
They do.
They learn.
They do. They learn from it. They see what the speed of the game is like when you're playing at that level.
How do you like living in Central, coming from Franklinton?
I've enjoyed it. A lot more places to eat.
Not just two restaurants, huh?
That's right.
Franklinton's what, only about 3,000 or 4,000 people total, maybe?
Yeah, maybe
Central's
that.
got like triple.
It's a lot more. Yeah, I'm still getting accustomed to the traffic.
We'll give a free plug before we go. What's your favorite place to eat in Central? Or a couple of them.
Well, David's. I mean, I
gas
can't.
station.
Yeah, the gas station.
Chevron.
Believe it or not. Yeah.
There
Hey,
you go,
look,
Davies. Free plug, man.
Yeah, look, David's. They take care of us on our pregame meal, and look, I go up there for lunch. It's great.
Great breakfast, too.
It's got a great breakfast. That's right.
I think they got caliente out here, Mexican, and a few other places that have opened up. And I drove here. It's been about 4 months, but I've noticed 7 new restaurants in 4 months. And I'm from Central. I'm like, wow.
Right.
Cole, good luck to you. First year. Hopefully I'll find a way, if not in the playoffs. I know you're building it. Mm-hmm. And then the enrollment's just skyrocketing at Central Private. And I know y'all are going to continue to get better here with the new school. We're going to talk to some of Coach Holden's players when we come back, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Supreme Chevrolet. Expect more from Supreme Automotive Group and Gonzalez.
Welcome back. Lieber King with the Sports Scouting Report podcast. We're at Central Private today. We're in the weight room. We're going to start interviewing some of the recruits. Before we do that, I want to thank some of my sponsors that are sponsoring today and also helping me do this. Bollinger Shipyards has been a big sponsor of ours, Total Tire Care on Coursey Boulevard. We want to appreciate the Bugman, appreciate all our people that are back at Supreme Chevrolet. all kind of companies that have been behind us, Superior Grill restaurants in Baton Rouge and New Orleans, and also Harvey Toyota in Bossier City and Shreveport, and also Geico, our Recruit of the Week. Actually, speaking of that, Hunter Pourciau, thank you for joining us.
Sir, thank you.
You're a senior for Central Private and jersey number 4. I was told about you in the summer. Coach was telling me about some of the top guys coming back. So I go to the Southern Lab game and watch your game Friday night, and I don't look at the scoreboard.
Yes.
I'm watching the game. I'm like watching players. And I'm like, you're in as a DB. You're in as a receiver. You're in as a running back. I don't know. You might have took some snaps at quarterback.
I did.
What don't you play for Central Private?
The line, that's it.
The line. I think you even come up as a DN sometimes. But, I mean, you're a 6-position player. And
Yes,
what does
sir.
it mean to you being at a small school? Y'all got a new school. And I know that's exciting. I want to ask you that. But what is it like knowing that this school is on the verge of just blowing up big time in athletics too?
It means a lot because, like, I get to be the start of it and really start it off and let it go and just let people follow on and help build the younger kids up.
Yeah, because it looks like it's all the way up after this. I mean,
Yep.
I noticed all the little kids that were being honored at the game. It seemed like there was like 300 little boys playing ball.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's a lot of kids coming up, right?
Yes, sir.
And in the stands, I was impressed being at the Southern Lab game that y'all are 1A school, and y'all must have had almost 1,500 fans
Yep.
at the game.
We got a good group that comes out.
Great. You play baseball. You want to talk about baseball a little bit?
It's the same. Well, we got new coaches and new programs started up this year, and I really think that's going to help. Last year we fell short of what we wanted, and I think we'll be able to go a little bit further and hopefully seal the deal this year.
Coach is going to come on later, Sham Gabhart, right?
Gayport, yes, sir.
Gabhart. What do you think of your coach, Sham? What do you think of him? He's a new coach too.
I like him. He seems to know what he's doing. He's brought a whole new coaching staff in with him, and I like what he's doing so far.
So what do you think of the new school, being a part of this, since you were at Central Private prior to the new school?
It's a beautiful school. It's a beautiful new campus. It's a whole lot better than what we came from. It's definitely a step up, and it's definitely bringing in new kids and more athletes to the school.
What do you think? You want to mention some of your teammates? I know you can't mention everybody, but you want to throw a shout out to any of the guys that you play with that are working hard every day? Football and baseball?
Really everybody. Everybody pushes each other the same. Like we all know our abilities and stuff. We all push each other, and that's the biggest thing.
So if you don't play sports in college, I hope you can continue on, even if it's maybe a small college. But if you had it your way, is there a dream school?
Probably Tech or Mississippi State.
Even as a student, right?
Yes, sir.
What do you want to major in? Do you have one in mind?
Business management.
There you go. That's a good one. Now, would it be Tech in the end, or would it be, you said Mississippi State?
Yes, sir.
I know somebody that loves Mississippi State. You just made his day. So if not those two, is there a third school, even if it's as a student?
Probably just a small community college like BRCC if I want to like play sports or something like that.
Okay. Maybe baseball?
Yeah, baseball or football. I haven't really decided just yet what I want to do exactly.
Before we finish, tell everybody the positions you play in baseball.
I pitch and I play center field.
Heck, that's a lot better than playing 9 positions in football, huh? Jersey number 4, Hunter Pourciau, a senior. I want to go ahead and say class of 224. Leader, does it all. And I'm going to tell you, you weren't scared. In that Southern Lab game, everybody outweighed Central Private players by like 30 pounds each.
Yeah, that's something. I was walking into the locker room Friday last week, and they said, "Are you scared?" or something like that. I said, "No, it's just a high school football team.
Right.
It's just football.
Other
There's
kids.
no reason to be scared."
Yeah, they're kids too, right?
Yes, sir.
But it's crazy though when you're tackling a guy at 230.
Yeah, it's
You're
definitely
170.
different. It's definitely different.
Their smallest running back at Southern Lab was 230 pounds, 6'1". The coach's son was a running back. Good to meet you, Hunter.
Yes, sir. Thank you for
Good,
having me.
and hope that he can continue playing sports too somehow. We'll be back with one of his teammates we're going to meet. We'll introduce that young man when we come back.
Total Car Care, tire shop and automotive repair in Baton Rouge.
Welcome back, Lee Burkeen with the Sports Scouting Report podcast. Look, go to our website, and the kids today can tell the other players on the team, but we did a preview on Central Private on our website back in August. So go to lafootballmagazine.com. I did a big preview. Actually, the two kids that we're interviewing today are in the preview, along with several other kids for this season. And check it out, lafootballmagazine.com, our website, Central Private High School. Braiden Morgan joins us. Braiden, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
What do you think about Hunter? How did Hunter do? Did you hear it in the other room?
Nah, I didn't hear
You
nothing.
didn't hear? No.
I mind my business.
Braiden, you're an O lineman, D lineman,
Yes, sir.
which is the hardest spot in Class 1A, especially when you don't weigh 230, 240, you're 205, 5'11".
On a good day.
On a good
205.
day, yeah. Stretch maybe a little bit, 198-ish maybe. What is it like to play in the trenches for a Class 1A school when a lot of schools are bigger and they got bigger guys?
I think it really depends largely week to week. Like some teams we've played, I mean, yeah, they're always bigger than me.
Yeah.
But like, it may not be that big of a difference. May not really be that important. Like some games, I'll be dwarfed.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's just, it's what it is.
And then y'all play like a gate on that guys are smaller. But it makes you a better player though, right? Going against
100%.
bigger guys?
Oh no, I enjoy it. Yeah.
Especially when you win a couple of reps against those guys, right?
Makes you feel good.
Feel good, yeah. So, hey, you're going to Ole Miss? I just beat you on that play, huh? What do you like most about football?
The physicality and just the team atmosphere of it. It's very selfless. One person's not going to win a game, but, one person can lose a game.
Yeah.
And I like that aspect of it.
Now, Hunter and you are both seniors, class of 224. I asked him this question. I'm going to ask you the same thing. New school. You were at the school prior to the new school, prior to all the fancy bells and whistles.
Yeah.
What is it like to see that the future Central Private's got a chance to skyrocket and be big time pretty soon in sports and academics?
It's encouraging because I have siblings who play sports, and my brother, he says he's going to start playing football. And it's just encouraging to see that he's got the future made out so well for him. They have, stuff that, they have stuff now that I didn't have a couple years ago. And, with this being so fresh, just think about what changes are going to be made going forward.
It's kind of like Remember the Titans, huh? Y'all going to be like remembered as that class that were the first here at the new school, right? Basketball guy too, right?
Yes, sir.
What do you like about basketball?
I like, it pushes how far, you can run, push your body, your stamina. It's not, I don't think it's as near as physical as, being a lineman in football.
Okay.
But it definitely, you're running a whole lot more.
What is it like to come off of a season that you didn't play? You sat out 222. Was that tough for you to sit out last year?
No, I hated it so much. I was miserable.
You learned from it though?
I learned a lot about myself and a lot about the game, but I hated it.
You told me hobby-wise, hunting and fishing.
Yeah.
Is that kind of the thing here in Central still? I lived here a few years.
Yeah, that's kind of how it goes.
Still,
It's
more
the
than video,
common
more than
thing.
video games. Yeah. Hunting or fishing? What's one?
Depends what time of year.
There, good answer. Good answer. Pond fishing, lakes, saltwater.
Absolutely anywhere. Saltwater's my favorite.
Okay.
But I can't, it's
There's-
kind of hard to go saltwater fishing.
Just so people know, there's no saltwater in Central, so
Yeah.
you got to drive to the coast. I do know that. A lot of ponds out in Central, a lot of ponds and lakes and stuff. What do you think about college? You had mentioned to me off air Southeastern or La Tech, as I call it, in Ruston.
Yeah, those are my two options. I'm not sure what I'm going to do when I go to college. Still thinking about it. I have some time, but a lot of it depends on ACT scores and tops and all that.
Captain, you and Pourciau are captains of the team. And any wise things you want to mention to the younger guys that are like freshmen, sophomores at Central Private? Any advice to them coming up for the rest of their careers and since y'all are about to graduate?
Don't take it for granted. Coach says it before every game. It flies by. At first, kind of yeah. And then we were just talking about it. It's already so late in the season. It just it flew by.
Well, good luck for the rest of the season, and good to meet you, Braiden.
Yes, sir. You too.
And good luck to you guys. And tell everybody the mascot name.
Red Hawks. Rodney the Red Hawk.
Red Hawks. Central Private Red Hawks. When we come back, we're either going to have another player, the principal, or the baseball coach. Whoever wants to come on next, we're going to try and get them all in today. We'll be right back.
Listen, whatever you're driving right now, Tommy Harvey wants it. Bring it in to Harvey Subaru, Lexus of Shreveport, Bossier City, or John Harvey Toyota. They're paying big bucks for all trades right now. They'll cut you a check right there. Tell them Lee sent you.
Welcome back. Lee King with the Sports Scouting Report podcast. We're at Central Private High School. We're in the weight room, brand new weight room, brand new school. They're still building athletics, still building possibly stadiums, possibly fields. They're just in phase one of just having a school built last year, this year, starting the school season. But you met Cole Holden, the football coach. You met a couple of football players. Now we're going to talk about baseball. And I want to introduce the head baseball coach at Central Private, who is from Kentucky, one of my favorite states to visit, the bluegrass state of Kentucky. Sham Gabehart. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Sham, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
You told me your story about how you came about to Louisiana. You met a famous high school coach from Louisiana named M.L. Woodruff from Parkview Baptist, where you spent 6 years. In the Dominican Republic. Tell everybody about that story. That was your contact to Louisiana.
So I was a young coach, 26 years old, and pretty much knew everything, or I thought I did. I was ready to be a head coach and, run the program. And I ended up rooming with this older man, and he was asking me all these questions. And obviously he was interviewing me and he was quizzing me. And he could tell that I had the ambitions and wanted to be good, but obviously I had a lot to learn, and so I wasn't where I thought I was, but I'm definitely confident that I got where I needed to be, and so I met Coach Wood in the Dominican, and he offered me a job and moved to Baton Rouge in 2006.
And never been to Louisiana before.
I had never stepped foot in the state in my entire life before I moved to Baton Rouge. So I had a friend tell me walking with faith is like walking with a lantern. You can only see a couple steps ahead. So
well, that was meant to be.
So I took the leap, and now I'm stuck down here. We got great food and crawfish and crabs and boudin, so I can't leave. So
yeah, one of us.
I don't talk the same. I don't talk the way I'm supposed to.
Well,
talk the right way. But
hey, great fishing in Kentucky too.
That's
man.
right.
And I've been to Kentucky. I've stayed in Hopkinsville. I've been to Louisville a few times, and people mispronounce that word. You know that, Louisville. They say Louisville and Louisville. I like it. I go down to Cincinnati, not far away. I've been to Cincinnati University from being at a coaches convention. Coach, talk about what brought you to the Dominican Republic. Not every day you leave the country to go do baseball.
So
I understand Florida travel ball, but
sure. So it was faith based. It was a mission trip. And I just was really trying to find the next step in my life.
Okay.
And I knew that I wanted to teach and coach, and it was just kind of a crossroad. I felt like I had outgrown my hometown, and it was time for something new. And
you just so happened to meet the greatest high school baseball coach ever in Louisiana.
I did.
That's incredible. Incredible
It
story. Talk about your team at Central Private. You've got a 6'3" junior that's got a chance to be really good. Tell everybody about this kid coming up.
So Clayton Kimball's a well-known baseball player. He's probably 97, 99 mile an hour off the bat, exit velocity. Big boy. He's working hard, and really the whole team is. We've got a lot of them in football as well, but they're all putting in time, whether it be another sport or with us.
College baseball. I know you told me you don't have time to watch pro ball because you're working. But college ball, I understand that, by the way. LSU won the national championship. I know you're from Kentucky. I've got to ask you about this. Why did the Kentucky Wildcats, your Wildcats, not show up against Georgia? I mean, I'm thinking this is it. They just came off beating Florida, embarrassed Florida.
They did.
And the running back, who's a transfer portal guy, is on fire, and then nothing. And Georgia's young. They're a young team.
They're talented too, though. They're talented.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know if I have an answer for that one. That was 51-13. That's rough. That is rough. we're always asking for respect, 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 and then
Bam.
we get on the national scene and we lay an egg.
Yeah.
But I guess it happens.
Well, LSU can't say too much. They're giving up 40 points a game.
Yeah, they don't give up yards; they give up miles.
Right, you're right. They beat Mizzou, which was undefeated like Kentucky, 5-0. If it wouldn't have been LSU, I'm pulling for Missouri, by the way. I'm pulling for Kentucky.
I like that.
I'm not a Florida fan.
No.
And I am a Louisville fan that they beat Notre Dame.
Oh, Lord.
But I'm not a Louisville fan.
You cannot be a Louisville fan or a Louisville fan.
What do you tell the people in Louisiana, Coach, some of the things in Kentucky you can't get here? Obviously, it's bourbon country over
It
there.
is bourbon country.
Horses.
We do have horse racing. We have the
Kentucky Derby.
there's some famous jockeys from Louisiana.
That's correct. I don't
Robbie
get in trouble.
Alvarado and I don't know somebody. I shouldn't know much about horse racing. I thought I could gamble and bet on horses when I was in college and pay for school, and that didn't work out real well.
And you knew about horse racing in Louisiana because of the horse racing in Kentucky.
Correct.
Did you ever go to Kentucky Derby?
I've actually been to the Derby, 1998, real quiet. Won the Derby.
Worth it?
I was in the infield, so we'll
Okay.
just leave it at that. It was a good time, though.
Sold out, hard to get a ticket.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Is that kind of like going to LSU football game or Kentucky basketball game, going to the Derby? Is that like that? It's a big deal.
It's a big deal, but the only thing is, like, I don't really know anything about horse racing, so it's like at least
I'm the same.
I'm there, but I don't really know what's going on other than the horse. Whoever's
Yeah,
first
right.
is first. But
What's 1A baseball look like, Class 1A in the state this year?
1A is really competitive. You've got Ouachita Christian, which competes with 5A
Yeah.
schools, and really, your top 10 baseball teams in Division 1. Division 4, Division 3, Division 2, all are solid, and they all have a quality arm. So it's good competitive baseball. We graduated 6 seniors that started, and we had one. We lost 7 starters.
Wow.
So we were replacing a lot, but there's a lot of baseball tradition at Central Private. It doesn't get the respect that it probably deserves because of it's competed in Mississippi. But we're hoping to bring that here.
Yeah, at one time Central Private was an MAIS school, but now it's an LHS.
Correct. And on January 10th, we have our first pitch banquet. We have Coach Jay Johnson coming to speak from LSU. Yeah, so I'm sure there'll be a lot of young baseball players that'll want to be able to come and hear him speak and see what he has to say.
And they do have a pitcher from Central on their baseball team.
And they do. Well, that's actually Central High School, since we're Central Private.
Right.
But yeah,
Central, town of
close
Central.
enough.
Coach, any final words, any shout-outs to anybody that you want to talk about? Meeting Woodruff, that changed your life, but who is the reason, what person or people you want to thank for where you are today? Anybody?
Sure. Well, I think my parents, my father was a very hard worker. My mom also a hard worker, and they pushed me to college, and which gave me the opportunity to do what I do. I'm thankful for Coach Madison, which was the head coach at the University of Kentucky for 25 years, going to the Dominican, and then Coach Woodruff, and just the mentors along the way to learn and grow, and obviously the good Lord, which extends us mercy and grace and gives us opportunity to learn and grow, and as He teaches me, then I can teach them, and we just pass the torch.
And I got to mention this: Kentucky baseball gave LSU a run for their money.
He's doing a great job. He's transfer portal. He's living
Right,
in the
he
portal.
loves that. The pitchers too.
Oh yeah.
They do a good job. Coach Sham, Gabe Hart, appreciate it.
All right.
Nice to meet you. Baseball coach at Central Private High School. And we've got one more interview, hopefully, to do, and we'll be right back.
Supreme Chevrolet. Expect more from Supreme Automotive Group and Gonzalez.
Welcome back. Lee Burkeen with the Sports Scouting Report podcast. We've got one more special guest interview at Central Private. He might join the greats when he's done in baseball. They've had so many great D1 players here in baseball at Central Private. I keep saying Lane Mestapay. That was my favorite pitcher that went to LSU and had a great career from Central Private. But there's a young man by the name of Clayton Kimball who's 6'3", 205 pounds. He's currently a junior. Started his career at Central High School. Sat out this year for football. Looks to go out for football next year.
Yes, sir.
But Clayton, you're known as a pretty good hitter in baseball here at Central Private. Nice to meet you.
Yes, sir. Nice to meet you.
What do you think of playing football next year and baseball? It sounds like you're excited to come out for football too.
I think I'll play both next year.
I was asking you earlier, the pitcher at LSU, DJ Primo, who is going to have a chance to pitch a lot this coming year. I think everybody has to sit their first year at LSU, right?
Yeah.
Wait their turn. All those, schemes is there. You're not going to get as much chances, but now he's gone, and so a few pitchers. But DJ Primo, you told me, throws 97 miles an hour?
Up there, yeah. Yes, sir.
Wow. Did you ever go against him as a batter in school?
I did one time.
How'd that work out?
They struck me out.
How good do you think he has a chance to be at being that he's a Central native at LSU?
I think he has a pretty good chance. I went and watched them this past week, and they're going to be pretty good again this year.
You told me Nicholls State's talking to you right now in
Yes,
baseball?
Sir. Yes, sir.
No, it's early. I mean, your junior year, which is coming up with baseball, you got a chance to, have that tape. But Coach said that your velocity is like 96 off the bat right now? 97?
Last time I did it was 101.
What?
Yes, sir.
That's LSU stuff. That's Tommy Tanks kind of stuff, man. So you've hit a few home runs, or you look forward to doing that coming up?
Oh, yeah.
What is the farthest home run you've ever hit? Do you know?
I have no clue.
Have you hit any center field?
No, sir. No,
But it's not hard to hit them out left, right for you? You a lefty or a righty batter?
Right-handed.
You're a righty
Yes,
batter? What do you like most about baseball, Clayton?
just playing with a lot of good people around Central and just having fun.
We had your coach on earlier. What do you think of your new coach?
I like him a lot. We had a pretty good coach last year, but I think this upcoming year will be pretty good for us.
Clayton Kimball here, baseball player, one of the top young baseball prospects in the state of Louisiana. So you're going to be a class of 25 when you graduate. Clayton, childhood favorite colleges, is this a dumb question? Would it be LSU as one of them?
Yeah, well, it's just one of them.
What do you think recruiting-wise? Is that something that maybe one day you'd hope they'd offer you one day, LSU?
I mean, it would be that's the plan for every kid in Louisiana.
Right. What do you think of their national championship game and them winning it all?
It was a good game. We were in Atlanta whenever it happened. We watched it in the lobby, and it was a really
Pretty
exciting
neat, huh?
moment. Yeah,
Eight games in 9 nights.
Yeah.
I was so glad it was over with, though. I enjoy it, but man, I was like, I got to get my work done. We're going on almost 10 days.
Yeah.
What do you need to work on in baseball as a batter?
I guess just staying through the ball and not trying to hit a home run every time.
Be a good hitter
Yes,
overall.
Yes, sir.
You got a particular stance that you use?
I like to stay tall.
Okay.
And keep my hands low, and then just work up to it to whenever
Well,
get my time and get
A
down.
little Aaron Judge kind of deal?
Yes, sir.
Isn't that guy crazy big?
Yeah.
6'7",
I think.
280? Isn't it crazy he's playing outfield?
Yeah, it is.
So baseball, what do you think about the team? This team coming up at Central Private.
We had a few players that didn't get to play last year, and I think they'll make a pretty big impact on this upcoming season, honestly.
And I want to ask you this: what do you think about travel ball? What's your opinion of that? Some people are big components on it. I'm not a big fan, but are you big on travel ball?
I like just going around, experiencing different things throughout the states.
What are some of the states you have visited already as a baseball kid?
Florida, Atlanta, Texas, Mississippi, Alabama.
Once you commit, would you still want to do all that travel ball, or just? I mean, some kids I feel like once you commit to like a Florida or LSU, like you really don't have to travel anymore to show off your talent.
Yeah, I kind of want to because it's just cool to be around this type of people and getting the exposure to that.
You like it?
Yeah, yes, sir.
What's your favorite city outside Louisiana with travel ball? Do you have one?
Probably Atlanta.
Atlanta?
Yes, sir.
Why is that such the mecca right now, Georgia? It
There's
seems like all these travel games end up in Atlanta.
They have a lot of good, I guess you could say, trainers. Like they've been.
A lot of professional.
Yeah, a lot of professional people like around, and it's a good environment to play.
Good learning experience. Yeah. Well, heck, I might have to change my opinion about travel ball then. And you're not a pitcher, so you don't have to worry about your arm being
not really.
overused, right?
No, sir.
Any final thoughts? Any shout out to anybody for that you'd like to thank to where you are today?
I guess my parents and my grandparents are a big impact.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
That's nice of Clayton to mention that. Clayton, Kimball, good luck to you, man.
Yes, sir.
I mean, you might end up being 6'5". I know Coach thinks you might could be a quarterback next year, tight end. I mean, it's up in the air for that, but you're growing, man. And good luck to you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Hope everybody enjoyed the show. I really enjoyed being at Central Private High School today. Check it out. If you have a young kid coming up, it's a great school, brand new school, state of the art, and exciting things happening here at Central Private High School. We'll see you next week.
Thanks for watching the Sports Scouting Report with Lieber King.